Good morning and welcome to our last session of Micro Focus Digital Transformation Seminar. This is our last day. Yesterday, we talked about SMAX or Service Management Automation X. It's an analytics-driven solution that combines 4 key application areas: IT service management, IT asset management, enterprise service management, and cloud management. Particularly, it is useful to speed up your time to value by automating processes, workflows, and tasks based on best practices. And it features a fast, responsive service desk for improved user satisfaction and productivity. And during the first day, Joel was our speaker. We tackled the data protector, a data backup, and disaster recovery solution. Today, we will be highlighting operations bridge and network operations management. Among others, our speaker will share with us how these solutions can help you monitor the performance of your multi-cloud and on-prem environments. So it will give you a health visibility of your infrastructure, and the data will also give you a comprehensive report and a sense of what's happening, allowing you to adapt to the changing circumstances. So we will be sending you the presentation slides of our speakers in the next few days. I believe yesterday we have some requests for a copy of Queenie's presentation. So we will give you the presentation slides in the next few days. We already have a copy of their prezos. Marian, our product manager, will send them to your email. And the recorded videos will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel, just in case you need to share them to your colleagues or you want to watch the recording. So before we begin with today's discussion, allow me to acknowledge the presence of my colleagues from the SDECS who are joining us this morning. We have our first Vice President and Group General Manager for Volume Group, Paul Alcantara. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
It's Friday and month end. I know how you guys are too busy, para mahit natin ang ating mga numbers. And also joining us this morning is our first Assistant Vice President and General Manager, Sir Celso Ravina.
Good morning everyone. Thank you, Mal.
Good morning, Sir Celso. I might have a special announcement later sa ating mga nakakompleto ng track. Ako na ang bahala ng papremyo sa kanila. Kung saan ko huhugutin yun, bahala na. But I am going to have a special announcement later because, I reviewed the registration and participant ng first day and second day natin, and we have a total of 105 attendees na nag-join ng ating first and second session. And today we have more than 100, we have 132 participants as well. So I'm just so happy of their active participation and for joining us on this last session for Micro Focus Digital Transformation Seminar. Okay, from Micro Focus, allow me to acknowledge Joel Delgado. He was our first our speaker nung first day natin. He is the Country Channels Manager, Micro Focus Software. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning, Sir Mal. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to Sir Paul, Sir Celso, Marian, and my colleagues Queenie and our presenter Paolo.
Okay, and we also have our speaker yesterday who talked about SMAX. We have Queenie Lau. She is the Southeast Asia Pre-Sales Consultant, Micro Focus. Good morning, Queenie.
Morning.
Good morning. And our expert who will be our resource person for today's discussion, we have Paolo Hidalgo, Micro Focus IT Operations Manager.
Morning everyone.
Good morning, Pao. Okay, so and now let me call on our first VP and Group General Manager for Volume Group, Paul Alcantara, for the welcome address. Go ahead, Paul.
Thank you, Mao, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to our third day, and I'm so glad to see 142 participants today from different companies. Thank you for joining us. And please allow me to thank the 105 or so people who have joined us since day one.
Sabi mga ating mga returnees.
Mga returnees, welcome again. And those first-timers, the rest of the 141, 42, thank you for joining this morning. Of course, this event would not have been possible without the generous partner of ours today, Micro Focus. So thanks again to our Micro Focus team as our partner. Joal and Queenie, yesterday's speaker, and of course, our expert today, who has a very, very nice name. Isang letter lang ang lamang niya sa akin, si Paolo. Thank you, Paolo, for being our speaker this
Dating
morning.
VST yan, si Pao.
Oh, that's why you're an expert.
Yes.
Naks.
Yes.
Thank you, Paolo. And as we go to our third and final culminating day, thank you again, guys, for your attendance. I know that you will find this very, very interesting again as we work or as we tackle network operations management. This is very, very important. For the last 3 days, Microfocus has been providing us with the solutions that will really transform our organizations or even our customers' organization. And these are as we journey through the digital transformation that every organization is bound to have, if not yet. Okay, so today's topic will revolve around network operations that will help transform our organization to be more proactive than reactive by looking at the health or monitoring the health of our infrastructure, and thus being able to resolve the problem even before they occur or become a big problem. So, and you will find this really something that will benefit your organization and our customers' organization to help them in their transformation. So again, thank you guys. I will not hold you for long. And those who have won for the last 2 days on a Grab voucher. So thank you for understanding on today. Medyo excuse muna kayo to give chance to others. Wag naman tayo kasi baka naman masyado na marami kayong makuha na Grab vouchers, no? But again, Mao, we're holding your word for it that those who have joined us for the last 3 days, you have a special something for them.
Yes.
And you will find a way. Thank you, Mao.
Yes,
Thank you for considering that.
Sir Celso, you
Excited ako dyan sa special mo, excited
yes,
ako.
Yes.
So again, guys, thank you. So just before you take your break for the weekend, thank you for joining us and for last 3 days. I hope that this has been a very interesting discussions for you and something that you can really consider. Please let us know if you have something we can do for you or assist you more beyond this event. We have of course, our resellers, our partners that you can contact with, or of course, our team, Celso and Marian, our product manager from Microfocus, are very much willing to help you guys and assist you beyond this event. Again, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Microfocus, for your support as always. And I hope everybody, enjoy the rest of the morning. Thank you. Back to you, Mao.
Thank you, Paul. Now you can focus on bringing on more numbers kasi medyo kailangan natin maghabol ng 20. So moving on, our speaker is Paulo Hidalgo. He is the pre-sales technical consultant from Microfocus. Paulo, or JP as he is fondly called, is an experienced technical consultant having handled a range of solutions such as server, storage, and IT operation software solutions. Paulo's primary role is focused on operations bridge and network operations management, which makes him the right resource for today's discussion. So talagang he is our expert as his primary focus is on operations bridge and network operations management. But he is also, of course, expert on data center automation, hybrid cloud management, and service management automation. So just a quick overview of Operations Bridge. It is an enterprise-scale AI analytics powered event monitoring and consolidation tool along with network operations management for advanced network monitoring and network configuration management. So ayan, Paulo, binida na kita. Go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, so thank you, Sir Mau. Share ko na lang po yung screen ko. So good morning, everyone. It's It's a pleasure being here at this event along with my other colleagues from MicroFocus. So thank you for that. And also for BSTECS for hosting this event for us. Right? So let's begin. So our topic for today is about transforming IT operations with full stack AI ops by using Operations Bridge. Right? So let's talk about our agenda. First, we will start with the look at the evolution of AI ops to understand how we got to where we are today in the market. The next one, we will define what is AI ops today and why now is a great time to implement it. We will then look at 5 pragmatic steps to help you implement AI ops successfully. And of course, we are going to look at our licensing options. So let's begin. The evolution of AI ops. Contrary to popular belief, big data didn't begin with Gartner. It was first coined by Roger Mogulas from O'Reilly Media in 2005. And for those who is not familiar with big data, it refers to a large set of data that is almost impossible to manage and process using traditional business intelligence tools. Coincidentally, in 2005 is also the year that Hadoop was created, and it was built by Yahoo. It was built on top of Google's MapReduce, and its goal was to index the entire World Wide Web, or what was Google doing, or the crawlers that we are talking about. Now, move forward to 2014. Gartner coins the term IT operations analytics. IT operation analytics is an approach or method to retrieve, analyze, and report data for IT operations. ITOA, or IT Operation Analytics, may apply big data analytics to large data sets to produce business insights. Now, from 2017, Gartner coins the terms artificial intelligence for IT operation, or AIOps for short. This term was created to account for the shift to cloud and containers. So as we all know, we are now moving to a more open space environment in which some of our servers are not hosted on the on-premise solutions that we have, as well as the need for organization to assimilate all their data in a common storage method or data lake. Fast forward to 2019. In Gartner's 2019 Market Guide for AI Ops, they introduced the differentiation between domain agnostic versus domain specific AI ops. Today, AI ops should assimilate, integrate, and analyze data from IT service management, network performance management, and diagnostic, along with performance management and IT infrastructure management tools. Now, so we've looked at the history. Now let's look at what AI ops really is. Here are 5 key core characteristics of AI ops solution, and as defined by industry analysts, enterprise management associates. The first one, an AI ops solution should assimilate data from cross-domain sources in high data volumes. Number 2, it should incorporate all data types such as events, metrics, logs, network flow, configuration, and change data into a single data storage. It should serve purpose with machine learning to recognize patterns that help deliver predictive, prescriptive. If you're not familiar with prescriptive, it means that it would also provide you with an information on how to solve problems and also provide you with insights regarding your IT operations. The fourth one is that it should act as a strategic overlay and assimilate data from multiple monitoring and management tools. And last but not the least, it should support the traditional infrastructure along with private cloud, public cloud, and multi-cloud environments. Today, there are several evolving pressures that are making good case for implementing AI ops. Business users and developers continue to acquire cloud-based services outside of IT control. So I'm not sure with our audience right now, but for some of the companies that is developing and producing softwares, for a much easier process on how to acquire resources, we go to the cloud, which also increases the cost and leaves IT as just a curator of a shrinking legacy environments. So as you can see on the screen right now, it's around 90% is expected on a mix by 2022 on a mix of private clouds, multi-public clouds, and legacy platforms to meet their infrastructure needs. And along with that comes an increasing alert events that would come in. By around 2017, there are estimated 2.7 more alerts that we had before than we have right now. And as you all know, we are at 2021, which most of the companies right now are transforming to a digital age, in which event would really come in large volumes and amounts. And now, since much of the correlation and analysis for maintaining business services is still highly manual work, a lot of time is lost trying to find the root cause, resulting in prolonged outages, inefficient response, and risk errors. So if you are managing and if you have an IT environment, in most cases than not, we do root cause analysis by using manual work. And that has stopped our progress in terms of really improving what we have right now on our environment. Now let's put that into metrics. The risk of no change. These numbers on this slide comes from research conducted by Digital Enterprise Journal in May 2020. This research included direct insights from over 1,100 global IT organizations. Now, do any of these ring true for your organization today? Or are you already experiencing these kinds of issues, but you haven't properly emphasized on metrics that you can um, view as a evolving factor of why you have what you have right now on your IT operations? So let's talk about this one. On average, incident management costs rise by over $1.2 million. Now, some of the contributing factors for this one is the lack of context-based automation and the amount and velocity of incidents and events. So if you're managing your own operation, you would be surprised by how much events are coming into your operations. And of course, time spent by your engineers on handling this incident is very, very long. Troubleshooting and resolution costs rise on average by $4.2 million. Now, some of the contributing factors for this one is the frequency of incidents and ability to identify the root cause. The number of ITs involved in this one, along with the lack of context, the amount of IT data that's not actionable or we haven't done any automation to it to fix those problems, and along with inefficient workflows and processes. Sorry about that. Now, we also have poor user experience that contributes to an average of $634,000 loss per month due to application slowdowns. So if you are managing an application, in most cases, like for example, you're an online shopping, if your application slow down, in most cases than not, your customer would try to use another solution so that they could buy the stuff that they want rather than just use your application which is just slow, which in turn uh, gives you loss in your revenue. Fortunately, with Microfocus, you won't have to worry about these pressures. Full stack AI ops for Microfocus makes it easier to improve business agility, competitiveness without the risk of rip and replace strategy, meaning we're not going to come in to your environment and just remove everything that you have built upon or used upon over the years. But we're going to go there, consolidate those data to our solution, and apply analytics to it to make value out of the IT events or the data that we have right now and at our IT data center. You can increase observability across your cloud and on-premise operating environments to create order out of vast volumes of data and automate incident remediation across your entire infrastructure to supercharge your operations. Of course, what we want is that when a problem occurs and it's a known problem, we would have an automation in place to help fix those problems. Along with that, with microfocus means you'll have the easiest path to delivering the innovation demanded by your customers and internal business stakeholders. Now let's talk about how you can transform to full stack AI ops. Here is a glance of the 5 steps we will spend the next few minutes talking through. First one, aligning to business goals. Full stack AI ops will help you to align your organizations to business priorities. Observe everything. It would bring an end-to-end observability spanning services from cloud to on-premise solutions, along with having a central data lake, which would unify data analysis and reporting on top of a centralized data lake. We also provide domain agnostic AI and connect that with automation to improve IT operations, mean time to identify and resolve issues. So the first step, align technology, people, processes, and clarify business goals. In most cases, IT operation and business is not really aligned to what is happening on the environment right now. Business just thinks that IT is just as a cost center, while in truth, IT also provides you with the business, with the basic necessity to provide your infrastructure and your business, the applications, the servers, the storage and network that you need to process your business. AI ops can transform IT, but it takes proper alignment of all your tools, people, and process to make it successful. The next one, we need to evaluate your monitoring tools to determine if you have full observability across on-premise services and all your cloud services. Because if you're not doing end-to-end observation of what you have at your IT data center, your application might be running, but it's not running at an optimal pace. Your server might be running, but it's not running at its peak performance, as we say. Another key thing is that we want to cross-train teams with the goal of becoming fully cross-functional in mind, meaning the different teams that we have in our IT data center is properly segregated, right? We have the server team, we have the database team, the application team, the network team, and many other teams that coexist in our organization. In most cases than not, the problem that we are encountering on some of our clients is that people are pinpointing to each other. They are not properly coordinating, which is not a very good practice, right? So the goal is to cross-train teams with the goal of becoming fully cross-functional in mind. Now, as we as an also as Another thing that we need to include in this is that we need to ask ourselves, what should we stop doing? Are our current tools and process allowing us to meet our own business requirements? So we first need to ask ourselves, are we being optimal with what we have right now? Can we do something about it? Now at Microfocus, it's not just about technology. And delivering AI ops successfully means looking beyond just the technology. As I've mentioned, it takes proper alignment between tools, people, and processes. Now at Microfocus, we can help you wherever you are in that process, whether it's evaluating the current maturity of your practice, providing implementation, or dedicated support personnel. We are uniquely positioned to help you succeed in your AI ops deployment. Now, step 2 per journey. We made a step right now. It's to observe everything and provide centralized management of domain monitoring data. Here we see different data streams coming in from different data domains. Be it your own application performance monitoring, be it your own real user monitoring solutions, your own network performance management and diagnostic, along with IT infrastructure management solutions that you have. And the goal here is to feed data from these different domains into one centralized management console. This helps IT operations to see holistically across IT performance data in real time and to get a sense of where performance issues are occurring and how they are impacting the overall business service. And we provide that by having a centralized management solution. Now, Operations Bridge consolidates all data types, events, metrics, logs, and topology from over 200 plus data sources. And that brings that into one single pane of glass. As I mentioned, uh, we're more than happy to work with you if you have existing tools monitoring your server or monitoring your network. By consolidating monitoring tools into one console, we have seen several enterprise customers like Swiss Modular, which drive faster incident reduction by getting rid of swivel chair management, meaning you input data from one system, then you swivel your chair, and you input that same information to another system, and so forth. Which Ops Bridge consolidation capabilities are designed to help your IT operations move at the speed of DevOps. We're midway now to our journey to a full stack AI ops. The third one is that we need to create a central data lake. And the goal here is to centralize not just all streaming and historical performance data, but also events, topology information from these different domains into one common data lake. This helps IT operations to see holistically across all IT sources in real time to get a sense where the issues are occurring and how they are impacting the overall business services. And the key thing about this one is that integrations are key here to a true full stack AI ops solution that should be able to integrate data domain from a variety of vendors and management tools. Enterprise Management Associates shows in their AI ops research that an average enterprise organization uh, has around 23 tools that they need to manage and organize. Now, here is how we deliver on step 3 on Microfocus. We have built a single data lake platform built on Vertica called OPTIC Data Lake. For some of our customers right now at the call, it was previously called COSO or Collect Once, Store Once. And starting at the bottom, we provide a wide range of data collections across systems, application, network, and third-party vendors. We bring that data into our own OPTIC data lake, which is a high-performing columnar data lake built on Vertica. We have built out services like automated event correlation, baselining, anomaly detection on top of this data lake to help you find issues quickly with zero manual effort required. And we have expanded our reporting and dashboarding capability to illustrate business contextual data out of this data lake. As you can see, here we have cross-domain reports, business value dashboards for IT and business executives. And we also extend bring your own BI or bring your own business intelligence application. So if you use Power BI or Tableau today, you can take data out of the OPTIC data lake and build reports easily with the BI tools you already have. Now, here is a look at how we can leverage data out of COSO data lake and provide an on-demand visualization across stakeholders' roles in your organization, giving all stakeholders a proper view of IT business related data. So for example, if I'm a DevOps engineer or an IT operation SME, I get open access to quickly build and customize performance and availability dashboards, which can help me to see in real time how my applications or business service I'm responsible for is performing. Or I can drill down into a certain grouping of infrastructure elements over time to see historical performance and forecast trends to what we have. Now, being as we talked about the operations team, let's talk about as an IT executive. As an IT executive, I can utilize business value dashboards to showcase how IT is actively providing value to the lines of business by showing the live status of all business critical applications, user transactions, along with non-IT data like weather data, social media data, RSS feeds, and many other more. And all of this, we have a library of out-of-the-box templates available for all of these dashboards. So you don't need to build it from scratch. You can just edit what we have on our templates and customize it to what you want to see on your dashboards. Now on step 4. But before we introduce step 4, here is a look at a domain-centric approach. And as you can see here, they're all connecting to their own database and applying analytics at their own domain, and they're not collaborating. In the domain-centric approach, we have several different domains that are each sending operations data to their own database. And as I mentioned, they're conducting their own analytics independently of one another. Now, this model feeds disparity and does not encourage open use of data between different teams. Here, different domain teams are using their own tools and are not conducting observability and analysis collectively. Now, here is what we have at Microfocus. We introduce a domain agnostic configuration free AIOps so that correlations powered by context from topology can be derived from data across the collectors. So you can see here we have the APM, the device or digital experience management, network performance management, and IT infrastructure management. And with the open architecture, you can quickly create reports, time sequence, and normalize from across the entire landscape. Now, of course, this presentation would not be possible if we're not going to talk about AI ops or machine learning. Now, AI ops helps reduce event noise and find problems quickly. Microfocus brings wealth of multimode event reduction and correlation capabilities to provide the context you need into events to keep business critical services optimized. Now, out of the box, or it comes with the software itself. You don't need any configuration for this one. We provide basic event reduction capabilities like deduplication, similar to what we are doing with the backup. And also provide event storm detection, meaning if there are a flood of events that is suddenly coming in a matter of minutes, like 1,000 events are coming in 1 minute, that is called an event storm, which can be detected by our system so that the event console would not be flooded. And it also provides synchronized downtime event suppression, meaning if I know that the systems are now on maintenance, we can suppress those events so that we won't be flooded at our event console. Now, from a rule-based, policy-based perspective, we provide both stream and topology-based event correlation and time-based event correlation so that you can quickly determine correlation based on stream or CI relationships and execute actions based on time-based criteria. So it's a matter of how you create those rules for this one, because these are rules that you need to optimize on your end so you could achieve a better result for this. And finally, our newest event reduction and correlation capability uses machine learning to discover patterns in event data with no configuration or manual touch needed. Meaning you don't need to configure anything for this one. Our solution would apply its own event correlation based on the CIs and the data that it acquires. Now, also as part of step 4, this is a snapshot of view of our machine learning based automated event correlation, which is built on top of COSO data lake. Automated event correlation uses machine learning to discover patterns in events, and it groups symptoms events under the suspected causal event using topology where it exists. AEC identified patterns for repeated events and groups of multiple events. So it could be one event that's just being shown at our dashboard, but overall, those events could coincide to around 100,000, a million events or more. And that could be reduced by using, of course, our solution. Now we're at the end of our journey for full stack AI ops, and that is to connect AI to automation with machine learning. Now, step 5 is all about connecting AI to automation, which would bring full stack AI ops to its fullest potential. Full stack AI ops should be able to take corrective actions automatically once it has spotted a problem. And how do we do that? If you're listening on the slides that was being shown by VSTCS, it was mentioned that we have operation orchestration. And that provides us with the ability to do automated remediation. We provide automated remediation as part of our full stack AI ops offering at Micro Focus, which can be done with predefined automated workflows or can be built custom in our HTML5 based workflow designer in just a matter of minutes. And our solution allows you to see how these flows are executing and provides ROI reports so you can keep up with the value you are receiving. Now, just to put context onto this one, here is an example of how we helped our customers achieve an estimated 4 million savings. But now one of our customers, a large global oil and gas technology services company that has tons of manual work that they were doing before, saved over $4 million along with 107,000 man hours and automated over 95% of executed actions way back in 2019 alone using our solution. Now, you can see the benefit for this one. This helped their business to save IT operations costs and fund additional automation projects throughout their organization, which in turn is now exponentially saving costs for their business. And here it is. Here is how we bring up the full stack AI ops vision together at Microfocus. Starting from the bottom, we collect events metrics, logs, and topology data from a wide variety of agent-based and agentless technology, as well as an amplitude of third-party data resources. The data is ingested in our OPTIC or COSO data lake and visualized in Operations Bridge, our executive business value dashboard and performance dashboard, which you can see on the top left under service assurance. We then give operators the ability to automate ticketing processes with their ITSM tool of choice so that they don't have to exit their operation consoles to do so. Or they can take advantage of the zero-touch automation by using our predefined workflows with operation orchestration. Now, here are the additions that we have for Operations Bridge. If you want to go delve deeper onto this one, you can talk with Mark Mangaring from BSD ECS. He can help set this up for us so we can talk about how we can help you on licensing requirements for you. Now, we have identified three main editions that we offer with Operations Bridge. The first one is Express Edition, which provides essential monitoring. The next one is Premium Edition, in which case this is where we can now consolidate data from third-party tools and apply simple analytics to it. And the last one is to provide the Ultimate Edition, which gives us an automation capability along with cross-domain reporting content, which is more on analytics and automation. So that's actually the end of my presentation for Operations Bridge. Sir Mao, are we going to take a break or answer some questions before we proceed with network operations management?
Please go ahead. Continue with your next topic.
Okay, Sir Mao.
To our participants, feel free to send us your questions. Again, send us your questions through the Q&A window. We have Winnie, we have Mr. Mangaring, and Sir Joel. We also have Marian, our product manager, to address them while Paulo is doing the presentation. Go ahead, Paulo. Thank you.
Okay, Sir Mao. Thank you. Okay, so our next topic is about network operations management. And here is our agenda. We're going to talk about the IT operations management overview, the network operations management introduction, along with features and capabilities, and of course, licensing. So these slides would be provided to you. I won't go deeper onto this one, but this is the full stack of product mapping we have for ITOM. So I'm not going to go deeper for this one, but the network operation management is part of service assurance and service governance solution that we have. Now, as you've heard when I was presenting Operations Bridge, I was talking about a central data lake. And that is where OPTICS comes into play. Now, while other vendors focus their platforms on workflows or data gathering, the OPTIC platform has been built to help you transform IT without all the drama. It's built with intelligence at the core and enables you to manage your cloud investment as a full partner with your on-premise investments. Now, a history for this one. The ITOM platform is actually not a new technology. We've been talking about our ITOM platforms for several years. And what started with containerized products to make them easier to install and maintain has grown into a unique platform unique to us. In 2020, despite the technical debt we erased and a global pandemic, we have released a significant number of innovation that deliver on our platform promise. 2020 for Microfocus was the year of convergence, or unifying the platform to converge data and a converge user experience. Because of the significance of this work, this year, if you attended the Microfocus Universe event that we did last March, uh, it was announced that the OPTIC is now a new brand for our ITOM platform. Now, this is a high-level architecture perspective of the OPTIC platform. The top row represents the shared interfaces. The second row are the shared functions. And the third row represents the shared services that make up the OPTIC platform. And you can see the full stack of what we have with um, IT operations management. We have IT service management, enterprise service management, IT asset management, hybrid cloud management, server monitoring and remediation, along with network monitoring and configuration and patching and compliance. And all of this data comes into OPTIC via an enormous ecosystem of collectors and connectors. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about network operations management here. In addition, for this one, this is the microfocus conceptual visualization of IT operations primary functional areas, and we call them diamonds. In addition, we believe that when IT is able to manage hybrid effectively, it will benefit the entire organization in three key ways. It helps accelerate application delivery and support a strong DevOps pipeline. It delivers insights to key stakeholders in IT management, but most importantly in the business. It enables the entire organization to have a stronger security position due to improved compliance and governance and more automated threat response and consistent service delivery. Now, specific for network operations management, here are the three main capabilities that we provide with network operations management. We provide a single view across multi-vendor networks to monitor and manage SDN, virtual and physical network devices. It helps speed up problem solving with real-time configuration change events, which provides an overlaid on performance charts. It provides a policy-based compliance with auto remediation, which reduces network vulnerabilities. Now, network operations management represents the next step to managing your network, whether for your enterprise or for your managed service customers. Now, the suite delivery recognizes and responds to two key trends right now. It's to pivot to virtualization and software-defined networking, along with driving the need for more dynamic scaling and analytical capabilities. The convergence of network teams with new requirements that a siloed product strategy, which is monitoring apart from automation, is challenged uh, to solve because we don't have a lack of complete insights due to missing data or inability to efficiently take actions based on analytical conclusions. So overall, network operations management will provide you with support for your physical, virtual, and wireless along with SDN-enabled devices, provides you with a single toolset which delivers performance management and configuration. It provides you with network focus orchestration content, which would speed up delivery, and provide you with policy-based audit and remediation drives to comply with security compliance. And last but not the least, for our network operations management is that it provides capacity and configuration monitoring tools to enable effective planning so that you would know when your network will be overloaded in the near future with how data is flowing through. Now we're going to talk about the unified network operations for enterprise environments. Our NOM solution combines performance and configuration for traditional and software-defined networks. On the left of on the left side of the screen is an example of performance analysis that can quickly identify slowdowns in the network. And now on the right side of the screen is an example of critical configuration information on devices that are available in real time so we can fix and address problems faster. Now here we have a snapshot of the dashboard that provide historical and performance metrics from an incident on one of our devices. Now we can also filter choice elements and time span to further investigate on performance issues. So depending on how you want to investigate this and what time frame you want, you can check on the historical data that we have here and filter it out. Now, let's change gears for a moment. We've talked about risk and vulnerability. Now let's consider a performance issue due to a new configuration. While most network management solutions can display a series of time performance graph on a dashboard, only NOM overlays configuration changes on the same graph for a quick correlation without any user created analytics. So if you can see on the screen right now, on the configuration change, we can see what was added here on the lines of the configuration. And you can see how it has affected the interface output or utilization that we have. Now, here's the question. Now here is the answer to the questions. Did you change the configuration for your device? Was it working properly before? What change did you do? As I've experienced being a network operations management um, engineer before, mostly the blame falls onto us when a network configuration change happens and some of the network problems occurs, right? So with this one, we could remediate those problems efficiently. And how do we do that? By using automation. Now, the three main areas of NOM's change plans capability are depicted here. NOM allows you to define expressions to validate conditions before the change and validate the conditions after the change meet your result expectations. You can define the condition that must be met before and after the configuration change is deployed. It can be device attributes, state, groupings, which would help you minimize errors on your end. It also helps you define expressions for validating conditions before the change and helps validate the conditions after the change meet your expectation. So you would be sure that all the conditions that you've set for your configuration has been done properly and it's validated correctly. Now, in certain twist of fate, that a configuration that you've done does not meet the expected result, we can define configuration change and rollback instructions if the expected result is not met. So we got you covered on all aspects of how we do our configuration management for network. Now let's change gear again. And we're going to talk about security compliance. What we provide at Microfocus is we provide a three-dimensional compliance auditing and remediation, which tracks the state of compliance and it remediates in real time relative to configuration, running state, and OS version, together with a variety of other device attributes to control risk from either device vendor published vulnerabilities or network management government or industry best practices. So the vendor notifies us via CVE. It's published at our marketplace. We can upload it to our dashboards and we can create and audit and visualize what we have at the moment, and we can apply the patches that we need. Now, as I've mentioned extensively during the previous presentation, with the new item COSO data lake, we are now using a big data platform for all our network system and application data. Users that have multiple microfocus item products, including operations page, network operations management, and data center automation, along with hybrid cloud management, will be able to quickly access data from both dashboards and historical reporting from the same data store. Now, instead of relying on queries from multiple devices or databases, this data will already be time sequenced and normalized to facilitate effective cross-domain reporting and to deliver new insights across the IT estate, whether using the provided reporting or their own BI tools. The open architecture of Ocoso will facilitate flexibility in reporting to meet the needs of the organization. Now, to further give an example for this one, here is a dashboard that we have with our OPTIC Data Lake powered business value dashboard. These dashboards are available out of the box, which would help collate all of our data from our servers across agent-based or agentless monitorings, provide you with application availability data from your different monitoring tools, along with network performance and system performance in a single pane, so that you can detect problems, hotspots. Here we have another example of how we have the capability to deliver dashboarding and historical reporting. It provides you with enhanced flexibility that both delivers to executives and operators. And the new graphics enable at a glance awareness of a network status. So this is real-time data that is being updated by using our COSO data lake. So if you are in tune with this one, this would uh, help the IT operations team manage the network better. And of course, let's not forget the executives. For the executives, in most cases, they really don't want to see how the CPU for this certain device is working or how this database is performing in terms of the memory usage and so forth. In most cases, we just need to have a visualization of how the business in terms of IT data that's converted to per business use, or data that is not related to any of our IT solutions. So we can see here on this example, we provide common vulnerability and exposures, which provides metrics per criticality. It also provides us with regulatory and internal compliance of the state of the network, which can also apply for our servers. It helps you plot monitoring of KPIs along with traffic bandwidth, resource utilization, and of course, manage the incidents per site. Okay. Okay, so we're going to talk about the licensing for network operations management. And as you can see here, we have the Express, Premium, and Ultimate Edition, similar to what we have with Operations Bridge. Now, let's start with Express Edition. For Express Edition, the key main features that we provide for this one is that it provides monitoring, backup, and troubleshooting capability. So out of the bat, when you're going to buy network operations management, you'll have the capability of backing up your device configuration and finding out the change history of the devices that we have, along with providing you with the basic monitoring capability of how the state of the operation for the network is happening at the moment. The next one, we're bringing you more quality and traffic analysis with provisioning capability that would help speed up device OS upgrades and configuration automation, along with providing you with an executive dashboards and customized reporting capability. And of course, the Ultimate Edition. It has all the features from the Express and Premium. So it provides advanced monitoring and compliance. We can do MPLS, QoS, and many other type of monitoring on the network with this one, which would provide you with operation orchestration for the networks and provide you with advanced services monitoring, along with automated remediation and compliance, audit, and reporting. So with that, that's actually the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening to this one. Back to you, Sir Mal.
Thank you, Paolo. It was quite a long presentation, but we have received a lot of questions. Sir Joel, Queenie have been answering them, and I have a question here, some chat window from Sir Frank Malabanan. Can no monitor network performance both on-prem and cloud like AWS and AliCloud?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I think this question from Sir Red Tamayo has been addressed already in your last slide. This is a multi-featured offering by Micro Focus. What if I only need some features and modules? How is the licensing and pricing? But you didn't mention the pricing, no? The difference between the price difference between the three licenses, the Deluxe, the Express, and the Ultimate. I see here, Sir Joel is typing his
Yeah,
answer.
I think I can answer that,
All
Sir
right, go
Sir
ahead.
Mau. Okay, so for that question, for the pricing, you can contact BSTCS for that one.
Okay.
That would be Ma'am Marian's portion. Now, for the features and functionalities, it would coincide with what edition you provide or what edition you buy on the network operation portion. So all of these are bundled together. You can choose to implement those features when you buy a premium edition or a express edition. It would depend on what you really want to do with the solution itself.
Thank you, Paulo, for your time. Again, to all our participants, please feel free to send us your questions. We will address them until the end of the session, but please email Marianne, our product manager for Micro Focus, so that we can get back to you, and we can also arrange one-on-one meeting with your team. Marianne's email and contact detail is in the chat window. Allow me to just copy it and then retype again. Marianne, if you could please retype that again.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for your active participation. We really hope that we would be able to translate your interest into providing you with these solutions. Feel free to engage with our product manager, Marian Angeles, for more information. As I have mentioned earlier, we are going to post the videos of the recorded videos of this 3-day event sa aming YouTube channel, and then we will also be sending you the soft copy of the prezos by our speakers rather. So please give us until next week to send the soft copy of the respective prezos from Sir Joel, Miss Queenie, and Paolo. Okay, so give us until early next week para maibigay namin sa inyo yung mga soft copy. And then we are sharing on screen now our evaluation form. If you could please makasagot, pakisagot lang yung aming evaluation form. Your inputs would help us improve the way we manage our event, and of course, if there is a specific requirement that you would like us to serve your requirement, importante din malaman namin kung we can have a meeting with you guys. Okay, so please, I hope to see your names sa ating mga evaluation forms, kasi binabasa ko talaga isa-isa ang iyong mga feedback. Hope you guys stay safe. Hindi pa tayo fully vaccinated, ingat tayo lahat. Okay, I hope to see you again sa mga susunod naming mga activities. Please be open sa mga invitations namin. Maraming salamat. This is Maurice Altar from BSTCS, and on behalf of Microfocus at BSTCS, maraming salamat. Thank you for now, and bye.